Welcome back to our Megafauna series. In our third installment, we're venturing into the rich and diverse landscapes of Asia. If you've been following along, you know we've already explored some of the incredible megafauna of Australia and South America. Today, we'll be uncovering the fascinating giants that roam the vast forests, mountains, and plains of Asia. From elephantine giants to apes who sparked modern-day legends, join us as we delve into the world of Asia's most iconic megafauna. Paleoxidon Nematicus. Paleoxidon Nematicus, commonly known as the Asian straight-tusked elephant, was a magnificent and colossal member of the Pleistocene megafauna, predominantly inhabiting the Indian subcontinent. Distinguished by its enormous size, Paleoxidon Nematicus is considered one of the largest land mammals to have ever existed, rivaling even the most massive of mammoths. Characterized by its long, straight tusks and robust build, this elephant species roamed the landscapes of what is now India, leaving behind a rich fossil record that offers invaluable insights into the prehistoric ecosystems of Asia. These giants thrived in diverse environments, from dense forests to open plains, adapting to a variety of habitats that supported their immense dietary needs. The discovery of Paleoxidon Nematicus fossils has significantly contributed to our understanding of the evolutionary history of elephants, revealing a lineage that showcases remarkable adaptations and a complex interplay with other Pleistocene fauna. Paleoxidon Nematicus, known for its impressive stature, was one of the most formidable and awe-inspiring megafauna of the Pleistocene epoch. This extinct species of elephant was renowned for its extraordinary size, with some estimates suggesting it stood over 4 meters, 13 feet tall at the shoulder, and possibly weighed up to 22 tons, making it one of the largest land mammals ever recorded. The tusks of Paleoxidon Nematicus were long, straight, and robust, extending several meters in length. Unlike the curved tusks of mammoths, these tusks were almost parallel and could measure up to 4 meters, 13 feet or more, providing both a formidable defense mechanism and a tool for foraging. The skull of Paleoxidon Nematicus was characterized by a distinctive, pronounced crest running along the top, known as the parietal crest. This feature provided additional surface area for the attachment of powerful neck muscles necessary for supporting and maneuvering the massive tusks. The body of Paleoxidon Nematicus was significantly larger and more robust compared to modern elephants. It had sturdy, pillar-like legs to support its enormous weight, a broad and muscular torso, and a relatively short neck compared to its overall body length. Like other elephants, Paleoxidon Nematicus possessed large molars adapted for grinding and chewing vegetation. These teeth were well suited for processing a diet that likely included a variety of plant materials from grasses to leaves and bark. Paleoxidon Nematicus likely had a social structure akin to that of modern elephants, with herds led by a matriarch. These herds would have comprised females and their young, while mature males might have roamed solo or in bachelor groups. As a herbivore, Paleoxidon Nematicus primarily consumed various plant materials, including grasses, leaves, and bark. Its long, straight tusks were probably used to strip bark from trees, dig for roots, and manipulate branches. Given its size and dietary needs, Paleoxidon Nematicus likely traversed extensive territories in search of food and water. Seasonal migrations would have been common, driven by climatic changes and resource availability. In communication, Paleoxidon Nematicus would have used vocalizations and infrasound to maintain herd cohesion and coordinate movements. Physical behaviors such as trunk gestures, ear flapping, and body postures would also have played a role in social interactions. Reproduction in Paleoxidon Nematicus likely involved long gestation periods, with females giving birth to a single calf at a time. Lifespan could have extended to 60 to 70 years under favorable conditions. Primarily located in the Indian subcontinent, Paleoxidon Nematicus thrived in diverse habitats, from dense forests to open grasslands and river valleys. Access to water was crucial for Paleoxidon Nematicus for drinking, bathing, and wallowing. These elephants frequented rivers, lakes, and other water bodies, contributing to ecosystem maintenance. Paleoxidon Nematicus shared its habitat with various megafauna, including large herbivores and predators, significantly impacting vegetation patterns and the behavior of other species. Cium gigantium. Cium gigantium, often referred to as the giant deer or giant giraffe, was an extraordinary herbivore that roamed the landscapes of the Pleistocene epoch in what is now South Asia and Africa. Distinguished by its remarkable size and unique morphology, Cium gigantium stood out among its contemporaries with its towering stature and impressive antler-like ossicones. As a member of the giraffid family, this colossal creature exhibited features that combined elements of both giraffes and deer, making it a fascinating subject for paleontologists studying prehistoric megafauna. Characterized by a robust build and long legs, Cium gigantium could reach heights of up to 3.5 meters, 11.5 feet, at the shoulder. Large, branching ossicones, reminiscent of antlers, were used for display and possibly combat, playing a critical role in its social interactions and mating rituals. Fossil evidence reveals that Cium gigantium inhabited diverse environments, from dense forests to open plains, showcasing its adaptability and ecological significance. Cium gigantium was a remarkable Pleistocene giraffid, exhibiting traits of both modern giraffes and deer, making it a unique specimen in prehistoric megafauna. Cium gigantium was a massive herbivore, reaching about 3.5 meters, 11.5 feet in height. Its robust and heavily built body, supported by long, powerful legs, was more solid and muscular than modern giraffes. A distinctive feature of Cium gigantium was its large, branching ossicones on the top of its head. Unlike modern giraffes' single, horn-like ossicones, Cium's ossicones resembled the branching antlers of deer, extending outward and upward. These were used for display and possibly in combat during social interactions and mating. The neck of Cium gigantium was relatively short compared to modern giraffes. While elongated, it did not match the extreme lengths of today's giraffes, contributing to a more stable body structure. The ossicones were bony projections covered in skin, resembling deer antlers rather than true antlers. Their size and complexity suggest they played a significant role in sexual selection and social interactions. The dental structure of Cium gigantium was adapted for a herbivorous diet, with large, flat molars for grinding tough vegetation such as leaves, shoots, and fruits. Its diet likely varied depending on available flora. Fossil evidence provides limited details on its skin and fur, but it likely had a coat similar to modern giraffes, possibly patterned with spots or patches for camouflage in varied landscapes. Cium gigantium combined the height and long legs of a giraffe with the branching ossicones of a deer, creating a distinctive and striking figure in the Pleistocene landscape. Cium gigantium is believed to have lived in social groups similar to modern giraffes and deer. These groups likely included herds of females and their young, while adult males might have formed separate bachelor groups or joined herds during mating seasons. The branching ossicones may have been used in social displays and combat among males to establish dominance and secure mating rights. As a herbivore, Cium gigantium primarily fed on vegetation, including leaves, fruits, and possibly branches. Its robust teeth and strong jaws were adapted to grind and chew tough plant matter. Its size and long legs allowed it to browse at varying heights, accessing both low shrubs and higher foliage. The reproductive behavior of Cium gigantium likely involved seasonal mating, with males using their ossicones in displays and combat to attract females. The gestation period was probably similar to modern giraffes, around 15 months, with females giving birth to a single calf. Its lifespan might have been comparable to modern large herbivores, potentially living up to 20 to 25 years. Cium gigantium may have communicated through vocalizations, body postures, and displays involving its ossicones. Like modern giraffes, it might have used infrasound or low-frequency vocalizations for long-distance communication. Physical behaviors such as head movements and displays of its ossicones would have been important in social interactions and establishing hierarchy within herds. It inhabited regions of what is now South Asia and parts of Africa during the Pleistocene. Fossil evidence suggests a range extending from the Indian subcontinent to North and East Africa, indicating adaptability to various environments. Cium gigantium was suited to a range of habitats, including open plains and forested areas. Its large size and long legs allowed it to navigate diverse terrains, from dense woodlands to savanna-like environments. Its adaptability to varying ecological conditions is evident from its wide range. During the Pleistocene, climate variations, including glaciation and interglacial warmth, affected vegetation patterns. Cium gigantium likely thrived in both temperate and tropical climates, adapting to changing food resources by grazing on grasses in open areas and browsing on leaves and twigs in forests. Cium gigantium coexisted with various megafauna, including predators and other herbivores. Its size and defensive adaptations, such as its ossicones, would have provided protection against predators and influenced plant communities and the behavior of other species in its habitat. Pachycrocuta brevirostris. Pachycrocuta brevirostris, commonly known as the giant hyena, was one of the most formidable predators of the Pleistocene epoch. Roaming the landscapes of Europe, Asia, and Africa, this extinct hyena species was significantly larger and more robust than its modern relatives. Standing out for its immense size and powerful build, Pachycrocuta brevirostris was a dominant scavenger and predator, playing a critical role in the ecosystems it inhabited. Characterized by its massive jaws and strong limbs, Pachycrocuta brevirostris could efficiently crush bones and access the nutritious marrow within, giving it a considerable advantage in its competitive environment. Pachycrocuta brevirostris, known as the giant hyena, was a remarkable and formidable predator of the Pleistocene epoch, notable for its considerable size and distinctive anatomical features. Pachycrocuta brevirostris was significantly larger than modern hyenas, with estimates suggesting it weighed between 100 and 125 kilograms, 220 to 275 pounds, about the size of a modern lioness. It stood around 1 meter, 3.3 feet, tall at the shoulder, making it one of the largest hyenas to have ever existed. Its build was robust and muscular, designed for power rather than speed. One of the most striking features of Pachycrocuta brevirostris was its massive skull and powerful jaws. The jaws were equipped with large, robust teeth, particularly the premolars, which were adapted for crushing bones. This dental arrangement allowed Pachycrocuta to access the nutritious marrow within bones, giving it a significant dietary advantage over other predators. Pachycrocuta brevirostris had a dental formula similar to modern hyenas, but with more pronounced features. The large carnassial teeth were well suited for shearing flesh, while the powerful premolars could crush bones efficiently. This combination made it highly effective at processing both soft tissue and hard materials like bones. The limbs of Pachycrocuta brevirostris were sturdy and well built, indicating a creature designed for strength rather than agility. The forelimbs were particularly strong, suggesting that this hyena was capable of dragging large carcasses and competing with other scavengers and predators for food. The body of Pachycrocuta brevirostris was built for endurance and strength. Its overall physique was more robust than that of modern hyenas, with a deep chest and strong back, supporting powerful muscles necessary for scavenging large prey and competing with other large carnivores of its time. While specific details about the fur and coloration of Pachycrocuta brevirostris are not well preserved in the fossil record, it is likely that it had a coat similar to modern hyenas, providing camouflage and protection against the elements. While the exact social behavior of Pachycrocuta brevirostris is not fully known, it may have exhibited social structures similar to modern hyenas. It likely lived in small groups or packs, which would have facilitated cooperative scavenging and provided protection against other large predators. Social living would also enhance the ability to take down larger prey when hunting opportunities presented themselves. As a large scavenger, Pachycrocuta brevirostris would have faced competition from other apex predators of the Pleistocene, such as large cats, for example, lions and saber-toothed cats, and wolves. Its powerful build and formidable jaw strength would have enabled it to compete effectively for carcasses, often driving off smaller scavengers and even challenging larger predators. Reproduction in Pachycrocuta brevirostris would likely have been similar to that of modern hyenas, with females giving birth to a small number of cubs after a gestation period of several months. The cubs would have been nurtured and protected by the group until they were capable of fending for themselves. The lifespan of Pachycrocuta brevirostris might have been comparable to modern hyenas, potentially living up to 15 to 20 years in the wild. Communication among Pachycrocuta brevirostris individuals likely involved vocalizations, body language, and scent marking, similar to modern hyenas. These methods would have been essential for coordinating group activities, establishing territory, and maintaining social bonds. Pachycrocuta brevirostris had a wide geographical range, inhabiting parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa during the Pleistocene. Fossil evidence indicates that it thrived in a variety of regions, from the Mediterranean to East Asia, reflecting its adaptability to different environments. This species was highly adaptable, capable of surviving in diverse habitats, including open savannas, grasslands, forests, and even semi-arid regions. Its robust physical characteristics and dietary flexibility allowed it to exploit various ecological niches, from scavenging on the open plains to foraging in more densely vegetated areas. Pachycrocuta brevirostris coexisted with a variety of megafauna, including large herbivores like mammoths, woolly rhinos, and various species of deer and horses. Its interactions with other predators and scavengers were crucial in shaping its behavior and ecological role. The presence of large prey and predator species influenced its feeding strategies and competitive interactions. Elasmotherium. Elasmotherium, often referred to as the Siberian unicorn, was a remarkable genus of prehistoric rhinoceros that roamed the vast grasslands and steppes of Eurasia during the late Pliocene to the late Pleistocene epochs. Distinguished by its enormous single horn and robust build, Elasmotherium was one of the most striking megafauna of its time. These large herbivores are believed to have weighed up to 4.5 tons and stood approximately 2 meters, 6.6 feet, tall at the shoulders, with a body length reaching up to 5 meters, 16.4 feet. Fossils of Elasmotherium have been primarily discovered in regions spanning from Eastern Europe to Central Asia, including modern-day Russia, Ukraine, and Kazakhstan. The most famous species, Elasmotherium sibericum, has captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike due to its potential connection to ancient myths and legends about unicorns. Elasmotherium was a massive herbivore with an estimated weight of up to 4.5 tons. It stood around 2 meters, 6.6 feet tall at the shoulder and could reach lengths of up to 5 meters, 16.4 feet. Its body was robust and heavily built, designed to support its substantial weight and provide stability. One of the most notable features of Elasmotherium was its enormous horn, which could grow up to 1.5 meters, 4.9 feet in length. Positioned on its forehead, this single large horn was likely made of keratin, similar to the horns of modern rhinoceroses. The exact shape and function of the horn remain subjects of scientific debate, but it may have been used for defense, digging, and social interactions. The skull of Elasmotherium was large and elongated, supporting the massive horn. Its jaws were powerful, with strong muscles adapted for chewing tough vegetation. The teeth were high-crowned, suitable for grinding grasses and other fibrous plant materials, indicating a diet that included hard, abrasive plants. Elasmotherium had sturdy, column-like limbs designed to bear its considerable weight. The limbs were relatively long and ended in broad, hoof-like feet, which would have helped distribute its weight and navigate the grassy plains and steppes it inhabited. While direct evidence of Elasmotherium's fur is scarce, it is likely that, similar to the woolly rhinoceros, it had a thick coat of fur to insulate it against the cold climates of the Pleistocene steppes. This adaptation would have been crucial for surviving in the harsh, fluctuating environments of Eurasia. The overall appearance of Elasmotherium was that of a formidable and powerful creature, with a large barrel-shaped body, a pronounced hump on its shoulders, and a massive horn that gave it an iconic profile. Elasmotherium was primarily a grazer, feeding on the tough, fibrous grasses that dominated the Pleistocene steppes. Its high-crowned teeth were well adapted for grinding these hard plants. The large horn might have also been used to dig up roots and tubers, supplementing its diet with underground plant parts during harsher seasons when surface vegetation was sparse. While direct evidence of Elasmotherium's social behavior is limited, it is likely that, similar to modern rhinos, it had a relatively solitary lifestyle, with individuals coming together mainly for mating purposes. However, some evidence suggests that Elasmotherium may have formed small groups or herds, particularly in areas with abundant food resources or for protection against predators. Reproductive behavior of Elasmotherium likely involved males competing for access to females, possibly using their horns in displays of strength or combat. Females would give birth to a single calf after a long gestation period, nurturing the young in its early years until it could fend for itself. The large horn of Elasmotherium was likely a key defensive feature against predators. Its sheer size and powerful build would have made it a formidable opponent, capable of defending itself and its young from most threats. Elasmotherium roamed the vast steppes and grasslands of Eurasia, with fossil evidence found in regions ranging from Eastern Europe through Central Asia and into Siberia. This wide distribution indicates its adaptability to different environmental conditions across a broad geographic range. The Pleistocene epoch was characterized by significant climatic fluctuations, including periods of glaciation and warmer interglacial phases. Elasmotherium was well adapted to these changing conditions, with a thick coat of fur, likely providing insulation against the cold, and its dietary flexibility allowing it to thrive in both lush and sparse environments. Elasmotherium inhabited regions that were primarily open grasslands with sparse tree cover. These steppes provided the ideal environment for grazing on the tough grasses that formed the bulk of its diet. During colder periods, it would have relied on its ability to dig for roots and tubers to supplement its food intake. Elasmotherium shared its habitat with various other megafauna, including mammoths, woolly rhinos, and large predators like saber-toothed cats, cave lions, and the giant hyena. Its interactions with these species would have included competition for food resources and possibly confrontations with predators. The presence of large herbivores like Elasmotherium would have significantly influenced the structure and dynamics of the Pleistocene ecosystems. Gigantopithecus. Gigantopithecus was an extraordinary genus of prehistoric ape that inhabited Southeast Asia during the late Miocene to the Pleistocene epochs. It is recognized as the largest ape to have ever lived, with estimates suggesting it stood about 2.7 to 3 meters, 9 to 10 feet tall when upright, and weighed between 200 to 300 kilograms, 440 to 660 pounds. Fossil evidence of Gigantopithecus has been discovered in areas ranging from southern China to Vietnam, indicating its adaptation to dense forest environments. Gigantopithecus is particularly notable for its massive size and robust build, with large jaws and teeth adapted for a diet that likely consisted of tough, fibrous vegetation such as bamboo. Gigantopithecus was the largest known ape, standing approximately 2.7 to 3 meters, 9 to 10 feet tall when upright. It had a robust build with an estimated weight ranging from 200 to 300 kilograms, 440 to 660 pounds. Despite its massive size, Gigantopithecus was more likely to have been a predominantly terrestrial creature, unlike its arboreal relatives. The skull of Gigantopithecus was large and robust, with a broad, flattened face. Its teeth were notably large and adapted for processing tough vegetation. The molars and premolars were broad and flat, ideal for grinding fibrous plant material, while the canines were smaller compared to modern great apes. This dental arrangement suggests a diet that likely included bamboo, fruits, and other hard plant matter. Gigantopithecus had exceptionally strong jaws capable of exerting significant bite force. The mandible was thick and powerful, supporting its large teeth and enabling it to chew coarse, fibrous food efficiently. The limbs of Gigantopithecus were robust and adapted to a largely terrestrial lifestyle. While the exact details of its limb proportions are less clear, its large size and weight suggest that it had strong, sturdy limbs capable of supporting its bulk and aiding in its movement across the forest floor. Gigantopithecus had a barrel-shaped torso with a broad rib cage, providing space for large digestive organs necessary for processing its plant-based diet. Its overall body structure was designed to support its massive size, with thick bones and strong musculature. Although direct evidence of its fur is not available, it is likely that Gigantopithecus had a dense coat of fur to insulate it against varying climates. Its appearance would have been similar to that of modern apes, but on a much larger scale, with a prominent jaw and large teeth contributing to its formidable appearance. Gigantopithecus was primarily a herbivore, with its diet consisting of tough, fibrous plant materials. The large size of its molars and premolars suggests that it fed extensively on bamboo, along with fruits, leaves, and possibly other vegetation. Its powerful jaws and large teeth were adapted for grinding and processing these hard plant materials. While direct evidence of the social behavior of Gigantopithecus is sparse, it is possible that it exhibited a semi-solitary or small group social structure, similar to some modern great apes. It may have lived in small groups or family units, especially in regions where food was abundant. Its large size and strength would have made it a dominant presence, possibly resulting in minimal competition among individuals within a group. Reproductive behavior in Gigantopithecus likely involved seasonal mating and the rearing of young in protected environments. Females would give birth to a single offspring, which would require extensive care and nourishment due to its size and the demands of a plant-based diet. The young would have stayed with the mother for an extended period, learning to find food and navigate their environment. The massive size and strength of Gigantopithecus provided significant defense against potential predators. Its robust build and powerful jaws would have enabled it to defend itself effectively. However, it may still have needed to be cautious of large predators, such as saber-toothed cats or large bears. Fossil evidence indicates that Gigantopithecus lived in Southeast Asia, with remains found in regions such as southern China, Vietnam, and India. Its habitat ranged across dense forested areas, suggesting an adaptation to the rich and varied vegetation of these environments. Gigantopithecus was adapted to a primarily forested habitat, with its large size helping it access and feed on vegetation that other animals might not reach. It was well suited to life in dense, tropical, and subtropical forests where bamboo and other plant resources were abundant. During the time of Gigantopithecus, the climate of Southeast Asia was generally warm and humid, with dense forests and varied plant life. The availability of bamboo and other fibrous plants would have been crucial for its diet. Gigantopithecus likely preferred environments with ample plant resources and water sources, essential for its large size and dietary needs. That's all for this video. If you've learned something new, hit the like button and share with your friends. You could also subscribe for more answers to your thoughts of nature. Please leave a comment for what you would like to learn about next. Thank you.